Hello everyone, Lunar Pony here, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. It's time for another mass pack opening video. Um, yeah, this time for Through the Omenpaths, the thing that's totally not just a reskinned Spider-Man set. So I have 50 of those and 5 golden packs. So let's start with the golden packs. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, Torrentusk Unwisely Awoken. Oh, that's from the new set. Okay, that's good for a lot of different creature decks. Kivix the Augmenter. Okay. Eh. Lost in Litjara. Okay. Creature copying. That's cool. Oh, the one mythic of the set. Or not mythic, the one, all 5 colors. Obviously, there's more mythics in the set. Okay. And Calamity's Augur. Okay. Okay, I guess. Stillness in Motion. Okay, mill 3. Library has no cards. Exile. Put 5 cards. Why would I play that? Giant Craft Helm. Okay, 4/4 to any mana value 5 or greater creatures. Okay, I guess. Imposter Syndrome. Ooh, okay, I like that. That's good. Make copies of stuff that deal combat damage. With our Cocoon Keeper. I mean, if you're losing, that's one way to come back. Oh, also, let me just grab those 53 packs of. Let me just reload that. There we go. Okay, Flamehold Grappler. Ooh, okay. Neat. Chosen by Valgavoth. Okay, more powerful the more aura and enchantment equipment's attached to it. Oh, when it's a damage redirect. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, the Aether Spark. Nice. I thought about getting that before, but it's like, I mean, it's cool and all, but there's a lot of there's a lot of other things that I want to spend my mythic tickets on. Niche Pinnacle Pariah. Okay, villain card. Maximum hand size is 8. Go up to 8 cards at the end of turn. Okay, that's neat. Good for card draw decks. Thorac Elusive Hunter. Okay. Peer past the veil. Discard your hand, draw X cards, X number of card types among cards in your graveyard. Eh. Rylex, the Accursed. Okay, whenever a token creature you control dies, draw a card, lose 1 life. Ah, one of those cards. Okay. Rocco, Heartless Hunter. Ah, this is supposed to be Craven. Okay. Sure. And last golden pack. Ooh, Harness, the Storm Spinner. Okay, can't play it in the first 3 turns. Played land to cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand. It deals damage equal to its power to any target. Okay, so a card where you want to be playing stuff from places other than your hand. Okay. Makti and Itla Sky Snarers. Oh, that's cool. Opponent stuff enters tapped. Well, artifacts and creatures, so that's a lot of stuff. Remarkable readings. Do enchant land, create tokens. Can use tapped land to buff a guy. Sure.
So long as we fight.
Ooh, okay, call the spirit dragons. That's nice. All right, now it's time for the main part of the show. 53 through the Omenpaths packs. Okay, Courage of Dreams. Meh. Sentinel Web Explorer. Okay. Can gets a land into play. It's a bit pricey, but it has the web cost, so for 3 mana, you can swap it for a tapped creature. That's pretty cool. Principled Referee. Returns a creature card of mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to your hand. That's cool. City Pigeon. When it leaves battlefield, create a food token. Meh. Secret Identity. Sure. Ooh, Ancestral Carvings. Okay, when it enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal up to 2 creature cards from among them, and put them into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of the library in a random order, and you can sack it for a treasure token. Okay. A Lenny Brood Recruiter. Okay, when cast a creature spell, create a human token, and can buff things. Okay. Arala Hedron Scaler. Meh, favorite fighter. Okay. It creates a token. Infected Pastry. Oh yeah, I got the Spider-Man card for this one. The Bagel and Schmear, I believe. Nothing to really say about that one. It's like, it's okay. Okay, bounce card. Second, Predator's Shadow. Uh, uh, card draw if you cast an expensive spell, I guess. Clandestine Work. Surveil, draw, lose, life. Okay. Zora Spider Fancier. Okay. Okay. Life gain on creature enters. And buffs to spiders. That's cool. Duskmourn's Claim. Okay, and step 2 target players each reveal their top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. Then they get put into the player's hand. Okay. I guess. Eccentric Arachneologist. Mana Dork. Spider buff. Sinister Hideout. Tap to surveil land, or pay to surveil land. Leyline Weaver. Mana Dork. And untaps when you play a high cost spell. Okay. Common Quick. Treasure Token on Death. Missile Cabarati Loudmouth. Meh. The Clutter Cluster. When it enters, if they were cast using in web, gain 3 life, create 2 spider tokens. Okay. Bio, Irritable Instructor. Oh, this guy! Yeah, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, add a red mana. Then when it leaves battlefield, pay X. When you do, deals X damage to target player. Okay, so that's one of those ones where if it's on the field for too long, you don't want to get rid of it because then you can just one-shot the opponent. That's really good. Okay, Death Flame Burst deals damage, mayhem. Okay, play it for cheaper if you discard it. Okay. Skittering Kitten, discard card, sack, draw, meh. Mayhem card, meh. Diligent Web Keepers, when it enters. Oh, but a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. That's pretty cool. For extra arms, spider discount, +4/+4 until end. Mythic Wild card, okay. Vibrant Cityscape, sack it, search basic land, battlefield tapped. Another one of those. Unstable Experiment, draw a card, connive. Wonderweave Aerialist, or 2, flying as long as modified, meh. Levelborn Goblins, meh. Oris, Last of the Web Lords. Okay. Beginning of combat, target spider gets a buff. Kren, Undercity Dreamer. Okay. When Kren enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, then you can transform to Kren of the Spider Brood. First strike haste, 2 mana, put 1/1 counter on it. Gains hexproof, becomes colorless. Whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. Okay, that's nifty. Okay, a Steel Web Surveyor. When it enters, search the library for a basic land card. Put land on top. Okay. I don't really like those cards. It's like I'd rather have it put it into my hand, at the very least. Restless Razorkin. When he casts expensive spell, exile top card library. You can play it till you may play that card until you exile another card with this creature. Eh. Okay, Treat Trolley. Grants a food token, mana rock. Margot on the case. Can't be blocked. Scouring Storm Soul. Okay, Sandman. Scouring Storm Soul's power toughness equal to number of lands you control. Can't be blocked with creature's power 2 or less. And return this card and target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped for 5 mana. Okay. Land and self-recursion. That's pretty cool. Now, obviously, I think we're looking for the Void Terminus, I believe is the name of the Soul Stone in this set. But we'll see if we get it. Lurking Lizards, expensive spell, +1/+1 counter on it. It's got the city. Destroy flying, mill cards. Put one on hand. Find what Oven Chariot. Pay extra cost, get land card in hand. Remorseless Coup. Okay, but it's a creature on the bottom of its library. Argear Title Spinner. Bounce. Villainous Wrath. Oh! Okay. Ping them for damage equal to creatures, then creatures they control, then destroy all creatures. Okay. Wardens of Silverweb Summit. When it taps, you can discard to draw. Bane Marked Leonin. Enters, mill 2. Restless Enforcers, 4 mana. Ping the opponent. Opulent Valet. Creates a token on enter, meh. Scurvous Aims, Crime Lord. Okay, if a creature controlled, if a creature died this turn, target creature you control connives, meh. Chizak, Apex Arachnosaur, basically a vanilla. Casual, Ruthless Rival. Okay, first strike on your turn, and when it enters, deals 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. not bad, but it's kind of pricey. Bruneth, Reviver of the Hive, Trample. Okay, cast a creature spell with mana value equal to its power. Copy it, then give it +1/+1. Oh, I have this card from the Spider-Man set. Uh, it was the Jackal, I believe. Perilous Lunge. +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. It fights something else. Savage Mansion. Pay to surveil land. Mob Lookout. Enters. Connive. I'm just waiting for something that has a really good effect. Valiant Citizen. Enters. Draw a card. Eerie Gravestone. Enters. Draw a card. Sack it. Mill 4. Creature from them into your hand. Crime Scene Instructor. Enters with +1/+1. Leaves. Put +1/+1 counters on creature. Hex of Undeath. Okay. Six creature cards onto the battlefield from grave. That's nifty. I'm sure there's better revival cards, but sure. University Campus, pay to surveil. Ominous Asylum, pay to surveil. Tyrion, Tropic Hunger, Flying, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Exile this card from your graveyard. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Rest them bottom of library in any order. Meh. Rusic, booed but victorious. Beginning of upkeep, discard card, create treasure. Eh. Shock. It's Shock. Crash, Reckless, and Rider. End Rider. Okay, beginning the first main phase, discard card. Target creature can't block this turn. Whenever a creature opponent controls dies, deals 1 damage to that player. Eh. Serena Bargain Spinner. During your turn it has flying. Enters, search library for ore and equipment. Reveal, put in hand. King of the Cold Blood Curse. When it enters, up to 1 target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature with base power toughness 4/4. Okay, debuff. Spectacular Tactics. Okay, destroy powerful creature or buff creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Alessos and Pros Acrobats and Web. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, gains flying until end of turn. Okay, that's cool. Quonius Horizon Splicer. When it enters, exile up to 1 non-land target, non-land permanent, and up to 1 target. Okay, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent and up to 1 target non-land permanent card from a graveyard. When it dies, put him on the bottom of the owner's library. If you do, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. Eh. Strix Interception, counter, and or tap. Okay. Phantasmal Vision, enters, mill. Supportive Parents, tap 2 untapped creatures, add 1 mana. Selesnya Archivist, when it enters, mana value for a greater graveyard to hand, or exile target artifact or enchantment. Reality Fulcrum. This artifact enters, exile top 2 cards of your library. Until end of the next turn, you may play those cards. And you can tap it to add 2 mana of any combination of colors, but only to cast spells from exile. Okay. Vekdu, Midnight Hunter, Flash Flying Mayhem, Generous Betty Ray. Enters with +1/+1. Oh. When it enters, +1/+1 something else. When it attacks, a modified creature gets lifelink. Okay. Full Throttle Fanatic, give something else haste. Strength of Will. Indestructible, and puts +1/+1 counters equal to damage it takes. That's really good, actually. Combine that with that space station. Okay, shock again. That's not the first shock. Is it an alternative art? Like, I already got a shock. Anyway, galvanized workforce. Expensive spell, deals damage to each opponent, can buff a creature, or buff this creature. Giant Hoppy Roof Skippers. During your turn, flying, leaves the battlefield, citizen token. Pinnacle Research Team, expensive cost, draw 2 cards, Obscura Alley Lurkers, when it attacks, it connives, new and Sumi Career Criminals. Flying Death Touch, when it attacks, discard a card, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn, so discard deck. Temple Trap, when it enters, 5 damage to target creature, or you can discard it to destroy an artifact. It's so-so. I mean, it's relatively cheap artifact destruction, so there's that. Cabin Ferric, Havoc Duo, Flying Haste, discard a card, gain +2/+0 until end of turn. Outsmart the Amateur, choose 1, draw 3 cards, or counter spell, draw 1. Cheering Crowd. Beginning of each player's first main phase, can put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If they do, add a colorless mana for each counter on it. Okay. That's an interesting one. Estli of the Thousand Moons. When it enters, another creature you control gains flying until end of turn. Lively Leap. +2/+2 flying until end of turn. Gain 2 life if it's a spider. Rhino's Rampage. +1/+0. End of turn. Fights target creature. Excess damage dealt. Destroy up to 1 target non-creature artifact with mana value 3 or less. uh, Another Strength of Will. Mothwing Shroud. When it enters, exile an online permanent until it leaves. Miasmic Mist, Mayhem. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Or if Mayhem was if Mayhem was paid, it only targets your opponent. Lava Brink repels the Magma Loth. Well, that's certainly a name. Okay. So... Okay. That's neat. Okay, Data Scrubber. When it enters, exile 1 target card from a graveyard. Target creature connives. Aggressive Symbiosis. +1/+1 has Menace Symbiote. Cast it from graveyard by discarding card in addition to paying its other costs. Romantic Rendezvous, discard card, draw 2, Infernus. Okay, search library for a basic mountain card, battlefield tapped, shuffle, +1/+1 for each mountain. When it leaves, sacrifice a land. And a mythic rare. Okay, Carlo, Suave Schemer. Another Railin enters, it connives, terrific team up. Costs less if you have something expensive. 1 or 2 target creatures you control each get +1/+1 until end of turn. They deal damage equal to their power to target creature and opponent controls. Okay. Angler's Shield. Okay, immediate attach to thing you control when on enter. And gives +2/+2 when it deals combat damage to a player. Draw a card for each modified creature you control. That's good for stuff that has a lot of counters. Darval, whose web protects, and web. Meh. Archangler Skyrod. Uh, Meh. Kaldaya Brawlers. Discard. Gains buff and menace. Prison Break, Graveyard to Battlefield, +1/+1 counter. Varilax, the Haven skin. When it enters, if it was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If damage would be dealt to Varilax, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. Whoa. Okay, that is impressive. That is okay. I like that. Yeah, it doesn't have trample, but that can be easily solved with equipment or enchantments. Although if you're playing mono white, that's a bit more limited. But I'm sure something can be worked out with that. Okay, nothing new there. Restart our aces, beginning of combat turn. One target creature gains first strike and vision until end of turn. Hold on a second. Grubble Envoy of the Bog, Menace. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then surveil X, where X is the number of counters. Tarantula Saddle. Okay, +2/+2, Spider Hero in addition to other types. Kefon Rage Incubator, Menace, discard this card. Gives creature buff and is a dinosaur until end of turn. Wisecrack. Creature deals damage equal to its power to itself. If it's attacking, 2 damage to its controller. Ozor, Chronicler of Collapse. It's Doc Ock. Cares about having 8 of cards in your graveyard. My god, I am foggy today. Cruel Caracals. Can buff itself, but only once per turn. Costume Closet. Okay, I feel like we've had this card before. Like, it ends with 2+1/+1 counters on it. You can move that counter or from it to a target creature, and whenever a modified creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Oik's Mouth to Many Eyes. Okay, look at top card of library any turn, cast spider spells and non-creature spells from top. Whenever you attack, you may mill a card. And gold wild. 22 remain. Can we get the void whatever it was? Oh, Death X, Gift of Malice. Death Touch, exile from graveyard. 2+1/+1 counters on creature. Death Touch until end of turn. Okay, couple dupe packs. Then again, I don't think there's quite as many cards in this set as there is as most sets. Error 9, Viral Node. Beginning of combat on your turn, target non-equipment creature you control becomes an artifact creature with base power toughness 3/3 until end of turn. Untap it. So, like say your Gilded Lotus. You can tap it again, tap it for mana again. Yay! Rizna, the Spider Crown. Whenever you attack with 2 or more spiders, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it deals 4 damage, 4 or more damage, exile top card of your library. You can play it until end of turn. Okay, Cirrus Spider Silk Innovator. When it enters, create a spider token. You can transform it. Oh, this one! Yeah, Vigilance Reach. Each legendary spell that you cast that's 1 or more colors has in web. That's really nice. Demera, Soul of a Spider. Whenever a spider you control enters, draw a card once per turn. That's good. Knife Trick. Additional cost, discard or pay 2. Deals 3 damage to target creature. Sudden Strike. Destroy attacking or blocking creature. Mythic Wildcard. Okay. Let's keep him coming. Scorpion Sting, -2/-2 until end of turn. Got that already. Nothing new there. Firebrain Scheme. Okay, choose one. Exile, tap 2 cards in the library. Choose one. You can play it. 1 and 2 target creatures each get +1/+1 in first strike until end of turn. Better. Laszlo, Enthusiastic Accuser. When it enters, suspect up to 1 target creature. When a creature you control with menace attacks, create a treasure token. Okay. Stitcher's Wings. When it enters, if it cast from graveyard, attach it to creature control. Gets +2/+0 and has Flying Haste. Mayhem cost of 2. Scuttling Spider Coach. When it enters or when it attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each spider you control. Ooh, Multiversal Passage. Okay, when it enters, choose basic land type, then pay 2. If you don't, and just tap, land is chosen type. Okay. So, wildcard land. Desecrex, Gift of Servitude. When it enters, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield against this creature attack each combat if able. When it deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess it's a way to recur enter the battlefield and death effects. Hidden mundanity, how we pronounce it. Okay, it's just a debuff spell that's like, okay, it has nothing. Ricochet, Getaway Accomplice. When it attacks other villains you control, gain flight until end of turn. Boris the Spider Rider. In Web, Trample. If cast using in Web, enters with X +1/+1 counters on him, where X is the mana value of the returned creature. That's cool, actually. Get a decent high power toughness creature. Start of the Silken Throne. Beginning of end step, if 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card and gain 2. That's cool. King of the Cold Blood Curse, have that. Down to the last couple packs. Suburban Sanctuary, pay to surveil land. 4 more. Most Helpful Weaver. Okay. I don't know what that achievement was. I'll check it out later. Okay. Animathic Wild. And okay, what was the achievement I just got? Ah, that's what it was. Okay. So, I have some wild cards. I have some stuff I might want to pick up. Oh wait, I wanted to go to profile. Set collection through the Omenpaths. I have 79%. So, hold on. Craft. Not collected. Okay, what do we not have yet? Okay. Oh, 9 lives. That's here again. Oh, it must be the bonus sheet. Okay, wedding ring. Don't know if it has another printing. Probably. Ooh, Murata Neuron Hacker. That's when I got in the actual card game. That was a good one. How many wild cards do I have? I have 11 rares and 5 mythics. Okay. Da, da, da. uh, yeah, just looking through here. Okay, definitely getting Terminus of Return. That's just a really good card. Ooh, Opposition Agent. Uh, yeah, just looking through here and uh, the Legend rule doesn't apply to spiders you control. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, may copy it. If you do, choose new type. Okay. Okay. Uh, sure, through the Omenpaths. Ooh, that's nifty. Kind of pricey, though. Okay. Ooh, artifact creatures have haste. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Can copy can copy activated or triggered abilities. That's nifty. If I have a deck that has what's it called? Uh, the thing that gives you extra counters. Yeah, that thing. Okay, that's pretty good. Um, yeah, I think I'll probably call it there. Get you two. And a wedding ring. And I'll bank the rest of the wild cards. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there, so thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you all whenever I play Magic again. It's been a while, I've been on a whole Power World kick, so that's had my attention for a while, so we'll see. Anyway, see you later!